Hello and welcome to tonight's Long Island weather update. Weekend, weekend's not going to be so great. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Sunday is going to be pretty miserable again, but you can see here plenty of cloud cover, fog, and even some occasional annoying drizzle tonight, but not too much drizzle, not like last night. But definitely just a dreary day all around. And you can take a look at some of the fog, which was actually dense on the South Shore. Probably visibility down to maybe a third of a mile here in Rockville Center. You can see that. Definitely the visibility definitely down here along the water. You can see it's about a third of a mile. I took these pictures there. It'll show you the fog. Let's look at our highs and lows. Let's look at our climate statistics for today. As usual, well above normal. The high of 45 was 6 degrees above normal. The low of 41, 17 degrees above normal. And the low of 43, 12 degrees above normal at Islip. Central Park also running about 11 degrees above normal for the day. So everybody pretty much above normal. Not a whole lot of rain. We thought there was going to be more rain, but it turned out that most of it missed us. So let's go to the preliminary monthly data, and we'll just show you the preliminary monthly data for Islip just to show you that we're running about 2.2 degrees above normal for the month at Islip, and Central Park is running about 2.5 degrees above normal. So again, it's going to be a warm January, just followed up by a very warm December, a very warm January, except for that little stretch where we had cold weather. The month overall has been very warm, and of course we'll talk about that more as we get to reach the end of the month. But it looks like it's a lock that January is going to be above normal by probably more than 2 degrees. So let's take a look at the radar. Not a whole lot going on, obviously. Got some showers over Milwaukee. This is the next system here that we're going to be dealing with. This is going to be what we're going to be dealing with on Sunday. Looking at the weather map right now, you can see we still got low pressures over us. A weak high pressure built in for tomorrow, but it won't really bring us much in the way of sunshine, but at least it will give us a break from the rain. So looking at our weather map, and you can see all these fog advisories in effect. It just shows the stagnation that we're dealing with here. Let's go to observations and put some observations here on the map. Show you again. No cold air anywhere to be found. No really cold air anywhere in the whole country, pretty much. Maybe a little bit out west, maybe. It looks like there's a 19 degrees in Utah. That's about it. Maybe Flagstaff has some cold weather. But for us, we're dealing with the gloom here, and 43 degrees at Islip, dew point 43, 6-mile visibility, so the fog isn't as bad as it was earlier. We'll look at some of the observations here at Islip and show you that we were just dealing with the fog. There was some drizzle here, a lot of drizzle being reported at Islip. It's pretty much mid-40s all day long. Temperatures have been just steady all day long with this backdoor cold front that we have over our area. We can go off to our south. 40s in New Jersey, and even as we go, mostly 40s, mid-40s pretty much everywhere right now. Still on the moist side, of course, though it does feel like 43, dew point 43. Let's just see something for a minute here. If the temperatures pretty much similar, mid-40s, but it definitely felt a little more humid this evening, even though the observations aren't showing it. It definitely felt like there was a little bit of an increase in humidity, at least when I was in Rockville Center, I could feel it. Anyway, maybe it's just because there was more fog there and it made it feel more humid. Let's look at our highs for the day. And you can see mid-40s across Long Island, mid-40s in Hudson Valley, mid-40s New York City. And as we head into New Jersey, close to 50 in Ocean County, and then mid-50s as we get into Atlantic County. And look at this. Look at how warm it got in Wildwood. 73 it got up to today. 73. That's incredible. That might be a record high for them. Lows only in the mid-40s pretty much. Low to mid-40s. A few 30s here and there. But generally mid-40s for lows. So, yeah, very, very, very warm in certain areas where that warm front did, and I'm wondering if that is a record for the date in Wildwood, perhaps. We'd have to go look at Philadelphia and see if they have spoken about this at all. Probably not. All right, here are the records broken, so here we go. Records broken. We'll Get the image on the screen here, and it says warmest low temperature is broken. So warmest low temperature is 49, Atlantic City. So yep, we had those records broken, I guess, today. But nothing about the highs being broken. I guess there weren't any record highs broken, but record low minimums were broken. I'm wondering if they were in our area too. Nothing on. I don't think it happened in our area, so I don't think we had a record low broken. But it just goes to show you how warm it's been. So let's go look at the models here, and as we head into the weekend, first of all, we will once again show you the CONUS view here. So let's make this a little bit of a longer loop. 96. You can see all the clouds. Oh, it looks like Flagstaff did have a mostly sunny day. I see sunshine over Arizona, parts of Wyoming, but by and large, the country is just covered in cloud cover again with this Pacific flow. It's just never ending. Look at it. Look at it. You can see it coming in off the west coast. We're going to actually go take a look over there as well. Pacific coast. Show you this. Again, here comes another storm coming into the west coast. So it's just the Pacific. They're all lined up. If we go to the MODIS satellite, we'll show you what we're dealing with here. It's just one system after another with this fire hose jet that we have that's coming in. I mean, look at all the cloud cover here. It's ridiculous. Though, again, if you were in Arizona or the Southwest, you might have had some sunshine as well as maybe parts of Wyoming. So, anyway, let's look at our models and talk about where we're heading next with the weather. Obviously, a little break tomorrow. That high moves in, but here comes the next storm system for Sunday. And for north of us, there'll be snow, but for us along the coast, it's going to be mostly a rain event, and because it elongates, that means it's going to linger. So the rain's going to start probably sometime around 11 o'clock, midnight Saturday, and it's going to linger right through the day on Sunday. Even into the Monday morning, we'll have some light, perhaps mixed precipitation at that time. And then this thing finally pulls out as we get toward Tuesday. But for the most part, Sunday is going to suck. Saturday is your dry day. So let's look at the HRRR model here. And we'll go ahead and look at the HRRR. So as far as tomorrow goes, we're dry. You see that. But then as we get into Sunday here comes the storm. And that rain, HRRR may be a tad slower than the GFS with the rainfall, but it's going to be steady, and it's going to linger and be heavy at times. And it might mix with a few snowflakes north of us. You can see heavy at times. And then there's some steady rain, and then it gets a little lighter. Gets a little bit lighter as we head toward later on. You can see a little bit lighter, and you can see some of the more of the the showery type precipitation. But it's still going to be lingering around. All right, that's as far as we got on the HRRR. All right. Looking at the dew points and wind flow here. See here, northerly. So the northerly flow is taken over now, and that will continue. Northerly flow tomorrow. Dew points drop a little more, so hopefully that will dry the atmosphere out enough that we at least get rid of the fog and the drizzle. But I don't think we're going to see much sun at all. And then winds go more easterly. Here we go into Sunday. Easterly wind. You're not going to get snow with an easterly wind. Not going to happen along the coast. The north, it's mainly north of the west, so we're not going to see any snow at all here. Very little from this system. And then it kind of scoots on by to the south. That's all we've got on the HRRR. Let's look at our air temperatures. So our air temperatures tonight probably won't drop all that much. Maybe we'll get down to around the 40-degree mark. Tomorrow, going to be relatively, maybe a little bit cooler than today. Maybe. It's probably going to be around the same, probably mid-40s. And if you're in Jersey, maybe upper 40s, closer to 50. And then as we go into Sunday, you can see it doesn't really drop too much overnight. And then Sunday, we're going to probably be pretty chilly. It's going to be, like I said, a pretty miserable day. Chilly with on and off rain, and temperatures only in the upper 30s. So, yeah, really going to be very miserable for your Sunday. I can take a few soundings here, and you'll see we'll have extensive cloud cover here on Long Island. Yep, mostly of the low variety. But there could be some breaks, perhaps the further south you are. They're not really showing much, so probably going to be a lot of cloud cover for tomorrow. So, yeah, I know. We haven't seen the sun in, forever. It's actually been, by Sunday, it will be actually almost a full week since we've seen the sun. So that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So let's see what the HRRR is calling for. Total accumulated precip. You know what I forgot to do when I did the weather and hazards map? We're going to have to pull that back up again. forgot to look at the precipitation, the rainfall totals. I don't think there was that much rain. For whatever reason, we didn't get that much rain last night. So let's see. Put this in here, and yeah, not a whole lot of rain. Quarter of an inch. Not a whole lot. For whatever reason, that never materialized, the rain last night. For whatever reason, it just never did. We never saw it nearly as much. The models kind of, it was just scattered, very scattered showers, nothing really terribly heavy. But anyway, looking at the total accumulated precip, you can see the Sunday event will certainly be more of a soaker. You can see definitely probably 1 to 1.5 inches, and that's only through Sunday night. That's as far as the HRRR goes. So we're going to shift to another model now. And we will go to the NAM 12. Because the NAM 12 goes further out. So this is the NAM 12. You can see the arrival time is going to be in the wee hours Saturday night, and then it's going to linger around for much of Sunday. You can see the heavier, steadier stuff will be in the early part of Sunday, and then later on it gets a little lighter. See, there's that low elongating, and then as we get toward it, by Monday morning, it'll end as perhaps a mix of rain and snow with very little accumulation at all. I don't expect much at all with this, especially given the borderline temperatures that we're going to have. And then that moves away. So let's look at the NAM and see how much precipitation it gives us, total accumulated precip. Yep, that 1 to 1.5 inch amount seems to be reasonable. Total snowfall, you can see almost nothing for the coast. Maybe a coating. It won't be much, and then it's upstate. It's to the north and west, especially in the mountains where you're going to see it's going to be an elevation-driven event. So if you go into the mountains upstate, that's where you're going to see some snow. But for the most of us here at the coast, we're just not going to see much of anything. It's just the way it looks right now, and I don't see it changing. So we'll go to the NAM. Actually, let's go. We're looking at the. It was the radar simulation, right, on the NAM? Yeah, all right. So let's shift to the 3 kilometer, which is the tighter one, which isn't going to take us. This actually might take us through the whole thing. We actually have the whole 0Z running already. So this is the 3 kilometer. This kind of shows a little better that it's going to be a steady rain overnight, and then as we get toward during the day Sunday, we actually could see some heavy showers, maybe a heavy shower or two right there. It's going to pour Sunday. It's going to be a wet day, and then it may stop by later in the day, but then here comes a light rain, probably some drizzle coming in. You can see not really, and then it dries out as it moves away. So it doesn't really show all that much. We can look at the total accumulated precip on here on this. You can see some of the deal here. All right. One thing I do want to look at here is that was the radar, right? Was that the radar one, or was MSLP? I think it was the radar simulation. Yeah, this is the radar again. We'll show you the radar again. Here you go. So really, there's going to be some heavy rain Sunday for sure. It's going to be a soaker, and it's going to be a cold soaker too. So let's look at the FGen. Show you when this kind of helps us kind of decide when that heavier rain is going to come in. See, it looks like it's most impressive Sunday, early Sunday morning, and then it gets a little less later on. But again, there could be some scattered showers in there. It could be heavy. I'm just curious what it does with the dew point here. The surface, we don't get into any of that warm air, but there could be, again, whatever the case is, it's developing some heavy showers, whatever the case is. Later on, which is kind of weird why it's doing that. Look at the 850 FGen again. All right, so 850, here's why you're going to get that second batch of showers. So here's 850. There's some more lift and some more frontogenesis in the area. So more energy in the atmosphere, and that means that we're going to see another batch of rain toward the Sunday is just going to be a miserable, rainy day. So suggest you get out there tomorrow, because Sunday is going to be a day you're going to be stuck inside, I feel. So let's go look at the cloud cover, obviously. So we're on the NAM 3. Let's see what the NAM 3 has for cloud cover. Obviously, Sunday, we're going to have plenty of it, but let's look at Saturday first. So here's Saturday. There's plenty of cloud cover all across the day. So maybe you'll see a few peaks of sun here and there, but it's going to be mostly cloudy. And then Sunday, obviously, no sun. And then that's as far out as we got on the NAM. Let's go to the RGEM. So here is the RGEM. The RGEM wants to show a little bit of sun breaking out over perhaps southern New Jersey. But I'm not too, maybe a little break in the afternoon over Long Island, maybe. Might see a few peaks here and there, but more clouds than sun for tomorrow. Obviously, no Sunday. On Monday, we're kind of stuck behind that storm system dealing with residual clouds, so we're probably not going to see much sun on Monday either. When do we see the sun? Possibly by Tuesday. That would be our next chance of possibly seeing some sunshine. This is the GFS, and I'll take it out to the end of the month, but you can see it doesn't really look. Maybe on the very last day of the month, we may have some sunshine. But, I mean, this is one hell of a stretch without seeing the sun. It's pretty damn miserable, I got to say. So let's lastly go to look at Flagstaff, just to torture you. Let's go to Flagstaff. Show you what the weather would be like there. So look at that. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, sunny, high of 48. I know it's not that cool. And then the next day is mostly sunny, 52. But still, I mean, at least it's not raining. At least it's not dreary. And that's a hell of a lot better than what we're dealing with right now. This weather is just so depressing and so bad for me. I'm so tired of it. I really am. I guess I'll go to one more model and let's just look at the clouds for tomorrow and just to show you that this is the HRRR cloud cover. Yeah, it has us pretty socked in, so I don't think we're going to see much sun at all. We'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be a few breaks, but it won't be much, I'll tell you that. And then Sunday we're back into it again. So this is a really, really crappy pattern that we're in with the clouds. It's just very, very miserable, very dreary, and it's times like these where if you had money, if I had the money, every time this happened, I would just go to Flagstaff and spend how long it is that I need, like the week there, whatever. Just to being away from the sun for this long is very bad for one's mental health and physical health too. But this is just another aspect of this really, really crappy pattern we are in. So, thank you for watching, and have a good night. And lastly, probably won't be a weather update tomorrow night. I'll take a break. Unless something changes with the Sunday storm. I don't think it will. So just expect a really rainy day Sunday. It's going to be miserable. And hopefully, after that, maybe we can take a break from all this doom and gloom. It's really just awful. It really is. It's not good for anybody. So thank you for watching.